Hey y'all, it's Craig with Small Time Reach Shop and with the Bickhams on YouTube, y'all. Today we're going to be cooking something super easy for those holidays when you don't have the whole family to cook for, and you don't need to cook for everybody. I know not everybody gets to go have big family dinners, but you still want a little bit of that holiday flavor, that dressing. I'm not big on turkey, but chicken's fine with me. So we're going to put a little twist on some air fried chicken breast that's going to be stuffed with a little quick homemade dressing. Had to modify a little bit because use whatever kind of cornbread that you like, y'all. Use homemade cornbread, Jiffy, whatever, Martha White, whatever brand that you like, use that. It's okay. Let's get to it and I'll show you the ingredients. Get you some community coffee, y'all. Let's get after it. Alright, so I got the oven preheated to 350 on the quick bake for the cornbread. I'm not gonna cook it on the high temp because of the speed bake. We are gonna be doing muffins today. I'm just using my Jiffy cornbread. My wife accidentally bought honey. It's okay, I like my cornbread sweet anyway. I wouldn't normally use this in dressing, but for video purposes, you'll get the point. 1 egg, which I'm out of eggs, but I'm not out of my dry powder. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of the dry powder, which is what is equal to one egg. So 1 tablespoon of the dry egg powder, and we're just going to go in with our milk like normal. Normally calls for 2/3 cup of milk. I just eyeball it. I just kind of pour in. That's just the way I work. And then if it needs a little more, I add a little more. So now we're going to take our muffin pan and we're going to give it a little quick spray. Just a little quick spray of Pam. Alright, just put your muffins in the, I didn't get but 3 good ones. I could have put some in that one, but it's okay. Put this in the oven for about 20 minutes until they're done, until they're brown. I filleted with my fillet knife so we can get the dressing in once we get that ready. And we'll take and we'll stuff everything in it, hold it with some toothpicks in the air fryer. Alright y'all, now we got the muffins out. Pan's still a little hot. We're just going to take a fork and we're going to get our muffins out. It's not too bad, it's cooled off. We're just going to get out our muffins, throw them in the bowl. Now that we got the muffins in a bowl, we're just going to start adding our stuff. First I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just chop them up. Alright, now that you got your cornbread all crumbled up, we're going to add in, I got about 4 or 5 stalks of celery and a half of a Vidalia onion chopped up. So we're going to put all that in there. You just kind of, or ever how you build your cornbread dressing. If you've ever made cornbread dressing, this is just a very simple way. Add your onions and celery. We're going to melt about 3 or 4 tablespoons of butter. I think this is 3. Just stick it in the microwave for about 25 seconds. We're going to put that in there. We're going to put 1 spoon of my dried egg powder. You can use regular egg if you have it. I'm just going to put a spoon in. I'm going to add a little bit of my seasoning mix. So just a little small palmful of my seasoning, which is salt, black pepper, granulated garlic, and granulated onion, and 1 to grow on. Some dried parsley flakes, about a palmful. Good palmful of dried parsley. And a little bit of thyme. You can use sage if you have it. I had some thyme and I had a little bit of basil. I might put a little bit of the basil in there, but sprinkle a little bit of thyme. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of the basil. Just a little, not a lot. Little basil, never hurt nobody. You can put some rosemary, whatever you want in your dressing. We're gonna pour the melted butter in. Didn't quite all melt, but that's okay, because we're fixing to pour. I got about 1.5 cups of chicken broth. I'm not gonna use it all. We're only gonna pour it in and mix it until we get the consistency that we want. This is 4 bouillon cubes in 1.5 cups of water in the microwave. So I'm going to pour some. I'm going to leave that's about 3/4 of a cup, so I used about half of it. And we're just going to take our spoon that we used in our egg mixture, and we're going to start folding together. Just start folding everything in, and I want a little bit of heat in mine because I like a little cayenne. So we're going to put a little bit of black pepper that I'm almost out of, and I'm going to put a little bit of cayenne pepper, just a little bit in the palm, like so. Don't overdo it with the cayenne, and then get it stirred up. Now your consistency is pretty good now, so it only took about 3/4 of a cup water to that pan of cornbread, that one box. And this is what you're looking for. It's just big lumpy. It won't stick to the spoon, but it's pretty close. Because we need to be able to stuff it. It smells so good, just like it is. We're going to take our chicken breast, and I already have them butterflied, and we're just going to open them. First, I've sprayed my air fryer pan, and we're going to preheat the air fryer. I think I'm going to cook them on 360 degrees for about 12 minutes is what I'm going to go for. 360, just let it be preheating. Let it get up to kind of temp while we stuff all of our chicken breast. Now I've got this laid on some saran wrap, and I have seasoned up the inside. So, you know, be generous with it. Open that next one up. I'm going to just flop it down in there. Like so. Like I said, put you plenty. Alright, I'm going to take some toothpicks. I'm going to take some toothpicks now, and we're just going to pick places to stick them across. Probably going to take about 3 for each one. I'm going to push them through in just a minute. Trying not to touch the chicken so I can see how many I needed. So yeah, I think we can do it with 3 across each one. It's like so. Now that I got enough toothpicks, we're going to push them all the way through. That way it holds together. Alright, the air fryer's preheated. I can smell it with the cooking spray that I stuck in. I'm just going to set it on my stove, and we're going to start laying them in here. Now these are pretty big. Don't worry about the toothpicks poking through the bottom. Just let them kind of lay on each other if you have to, because these are big because I flattened them out. This thing's hot. Look at this thing hot, y'all. And this is a big one. Now, if you had a bigger air fryer, it might help, but we got them all 3 in there. So I think since they're so big, I'm actually going to cook them a little bit longer. We're going to cook these at probably, I'm going to check them at 12 minutes, but they're probably going to have to go at least 15 before they get right, being that they have all of the dressing inside of them. All right, so now we go in the air fryer, 360 for 12 to 15 minutes. We're going to check them at 12. So I'm going to set a timer so I can check them and I can see how they look, and we can decide whether or not we're going to put them back in or not. Now, the cornbread that we have left, we're going to be able to do 2 little small things of cornbread in the muffin pan. If you got a smaller muffin pan or you got some paper cups, you can use it. I'm just going to spray the center 2. Going to spray them a little bit. I just rinsed the muffin pan out, got everything out of it. And we're going to put 2 scoops. One in one side. I'm going to make sure we try to keep them about separate because I'm not wasting this cornbread. In the oven, 15 to 20 minutes, just cooking what's left of the dressing. Alright, while the chicken's cooking, we're going to take and we're going to boil 1 cup of the chicken broth, which was 3/4 of the cup or roundabout, and I added cold water to it. So we're going to take and put the water in the pot, and we're going to use 1 packet of chicken gravy. Told y'all this is like on a budget for when you're by yourself, but you want that taste of the holidays, and unfortunately you have to do it by yourself. So you don't need to be cooking for everybody, but you want to get that little bit of taste for you. So chicken gravy, 1 pack of chicken gravy. That was just a Walmart brand because we bougie like that. Stick it in some cold water. This was the chicken broth that's left. Whisk it together. That's all you got to do. And we're gonna bring that to a boil for 1 minute. All right, we at the 12-minute mark. I've got the chicken gravy ready. I did opt to add in some Pampered Chef herb and onion seasoning. So we're gonna put a little bit of that in, probably about a teaspoon or so of that. And I'm gonna put my green parsley flakes in right now. So just kind of sprinkling enough to make the gravy look pretty. I'll look at it and see, and just give it a whisk. Give it a little whisk, and there you go. Now you got your little light chicken gravy to go on top of the chicken. So we're just gonna set it off to the side. It'll thicken up some. Let's check the chicken out. So 12 minutes. 12 minutes has got the chicken looking like that, y'all. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, y'all. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna go by feel, and I can tell. All right, so we're gonna have to go a little bit longer. I can just tell by the feel of it. We're gonna go for another 5 minutes. That's gonna put us at 17 minutes, and we should. All right, y'all. The chicken's ready. I opted for some mixed vegetables, carrots, peas, snap beans, and corn, all mixed together. We're gonna probably put a little bit of salt and pepper on there, maybe a little bit of butter, and we're gonna call it good. But the chicken's been resting for about 5 minutes, so it's getting to where I can touch it. So that's how the chicken turned out, y'all. The chicken's very, now remember, I seasoned the chicken up with my seasoning, my mixture of seasoning, a little bit of this herb and onion from Pampered Chef, and some paprika to give it some color. Y'all, we got plenty of juice down there, plus we got the gravy. So we're gonna set that here, and we're gonna try to get one out so we can cut it because they're super big, y'all. So now we got the middle one out. We got that, that's some of that cornbread dressing. We got our knife. We got our 2 little bitty cornbread dressings over here. I'm gonna get this small one that we made in the muffin pan. We're just gonna set that for a little bit of extra. We're gonna take and get us a little bit of seasoning. I'm just gonna use my seasoning. I'm just gonna sprinkle me some seasoning on my peas, and don't get too much. Just enough. Just enough. Now, we're gonna pull these toothpicks out. So we're gonna pull the toothpicks out. Now remember, we cut this chicken kind of thin where we pounded it before. That cornbread dressing is coming out. Let's open it up. Take a look at it and make sure that we're done. I gotta get my glasses on because y'all know I can't see nothing. Yes, we good. We good. We good. We good. We good. We good. And that is it, y'all. That is it. That's you some chicken. It may take, you can go about 20 minutes if you need to, up the temp a little bit. But y'all, this is gonna be good. And when you buy yourself, you get your little holiday meal, and you put you some cranberry sauce, if you like it, on top, y'all. And you got your little Thanksgiving holiday meal on your own. I hope y'all enjoyed this recipe. I'm about to dig in. I'm Craig with the Bickhams on YouTube. If you got any value out of this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a share. Make sure you invite somebody to the page, and don't forget to subscribe to our With the Bickhams channel.